Hola YouTube, my name is Ricardo Lino and I'm a wheel addict. This is gonna be my fourth skate talk, but this one is going to be different because on this one, I'm not going to make any Skype call to no one. Basically, I'm in Amsterdam at my friend, I don't know if I say Wieboud or Wieboud. Wieboud. You write Wieboud, but then you say Wieboud, so I never know. I don't know how to say it, but still.
To me, you pronounce it the same, so I don't know.
Okay, so I'm in Wieboud's house, and 2 days ago, I met a guy that owns a brand. His name is Pieter, right?
Right.
How do you spell it? No, P-I-E-T-E-R.
Yeah.
But you say it as like, most of the people,
Pieter.
people say, here it's Pieter.
Yeah.
But people call you in English Pieter. Right?
Everybody says Pieter.
Okay. And we also have Olga, right?
Yes.
So Pieter and Olga own a skate brand based in Holland, and it's called Adapt. You might have heard of these guys because they're doing something completely different from what was being done in the inline skating industry. So they're gonna tell a little bit about themselves, but first, what you're gonna know is how they met each other. So the whole thing came from a love story, right?
Right.
Okay.
Maybe Olga can start with this one.
Sure. Well, we of course met through skating.
So you both skate, right? That's
We both
important.
skate, yes.
So it's a brand from two people that skate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For a really long time.
Yeah, I've been skating for almost 21 years now.
Yeah. And 26, 27.
26
something.
years.
Now we're gonna hear some sound because Wieboud is coming now with the coffee.
Yay!
Finally.
Okay, so
Well, we met through.
I think some competitions.
Yeah,
I
probably that was
got
the
to know
first time we-
Olga
yeah.
because she's 6 times Dutch champion, aggressive skating.
only.
Only. She has some few years left, so. But I kind of liked the style of her skating. So basically, when I had my own store, I was thinking of doing like a team with some girls for skating. And first I had Aurore from France. And then I came to like the conclusion I wanted somebody from the Netherlands because there wasn't really somebody in Belgium.
Yeah,
at the
because
time.
Belgium is really close to the Netherlands. For people listening to this from other part of the world, like basically, yesterday we did this workshop in Eindhoven.
Okay, yeah.
And there were like one person that came from Holland, from Belgium, just to do the workshop, which is like it's a shorter drive.
Yeah, it's even closer.
Yeah, than
Yeah.
from going to Amsterdam to Eindhoven.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people listening to this, they have no idea that Belgium is so close
Yeah.
to Holland. So
Yeah.
that's why you wanted.
Well, I wanted to expand my store because I was having quite a lot of sales in the Netherlands. And since Belgium and the Netherlands, it's kind of like a vibe.
So it
kinda
all
together.
started as a marketing trick.
It was
Yes.
a market. It still is. It still is.
Yes.
No, but I think that got it started. I think at one day I shipped you. I had your email address because she ordered wheels
Ooh, it
from
was
my
just-
store.
Oh, you had my address as well.
Yeah.
And
So
then
I
you
shipped
sent
like
me a big box
with-
of goodies.
with free stuff.
Like
yeah.
a lot of
Just
whatever.
gluing
like-
her in, like.
Yeah, and my sister, I remember my sister saying, "Oh, he likes you. He sent you this big
He
box
did
of
like
goodies."
you,
And I
huh?
was like, no. It's just because I'm good at skating, blah, blah, blah. But of course, that was the reason behind
It was the reason. It was the reason.
No way.
Yeah,
So
So you were arrested by.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
no, basically, then nothing really happened. Well, you came a couple of times to.
Yeah, you were just starting with the skate park. And he was building the skate park, and I was doing my studies, but I only had like 2 hours of classes a week, so I had a lot of free time. So I just went to the skate park a lot.
And you went to see who was sending the boxes. No, so for people listening to this, we don't know what shop we're talking about. Like a few years ago, there was this shop called Forward Freestyle. And Forward Freestyle, you might have seen a lot of skate park edits. It was skate park edits. It was in Forward Freestyle skate park, and that's the skate park we're talking about. So you might have seen a lot of stuff from Anthony Potier. Who else was on the team? Edwin?
Jeremy Kessler, Edwin Weering, Sven Boekhorst, Adil Farouni, and
so the team was just amazing.
Oh, we had Roman Abrat, and we had Jeremy Suarez, and we had Olga.
So you
Bouwhuis.
met through Forward Freestyle.
Yeah.
You were one of the owners of the shop.
But she was, I was the owner.
Owner.
First, it started out as a shop, only as a shop.
Okay.
So there was in Aalst, there was in the main city, and then there was like a 2-story rollerblade shop actually, and that was
No,
it.
Sorry,
for the first
it was an
years.
inline skate shop.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
you want an inline skating brand?
Yeah.
Don't call it that, please.
Yeah.
Don't kill my heart. I like if you're American, I still think it's not right, but I will allow people to call it rollerblading because it's.
Yeah.
I
actually
it's
called
in their blood.
I called it rolling from when I started actually.
Yeah, but
when I told my mom I'm going
is,
out rolling, that's what I said actually.
The thing is, man,
what's
for
in
us,
a name?
if we're not even speaking in our language, at least we're gonna call it the real name. I think because I don't know. I think I had this conversation with Jan Welsh like a month ago, and I really think it's. I don't know if it was with Jan Welsh or with Ollie Bennett, but I really think it's a problem for skating that each different language call it a different name. Yeah. Like Poland, rocky, in Portuguese, patins, in Spanish, patines, and then rollerblading, inline skating. So in the end, we could be promoting something big, but we're promoting all these little things instead of promoting like a big cake.
Yeah,
you know, like everyone has their own piece of the cake, and then it's like
so. Let's call it freestyle rolling.
Whatever. No, that's what the guys
what they wanted to do.
Yeah, what Be Unique did.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like every time you start something new and something, you're just going smaller and smaller and smaller. And we want to empower something, in my opinion. But again, it's like, who am I to say?
Yeah. Well,
I do think it's a problem that we don't really have a known name and therefore not a known identity, because if you say skating, people think of skateboarding.
Yeah, but that's why I always say skating, and like when it's skateboarding, that's what it is. Yeah. But skateboarding, I don't have anything against skateboarding, but I do think that they're that strong because they have a strong name, and that's it. Yeah. Everyone calls it the same, like BMX, 3 letters. Everyone calls BMX to that. It doesn't matter where you are; it will always be a BMX.
Yeah,
it's not a mini bike, and that makes the sport a little bit more powerful. So, let's go. Let's get back to the story. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt a lot because I just talked too much. So, you guys met through the shop. Then you fell in love. But then, when did you move to?
Well, basically, in a short way, we got to meet each other and we liked each other. Yes. But I was kind of at the end of what I wanted to do with the store and the skate park, because for me it didn't turn out like good. So
I don't know shit. Like from the other side, I don't know people. I know like Adrian N, and I know some people that I was with Adrian N like 3 years ago, and I went to that before the Winter Clash. Mm-hmm. And I never really knew what happened. I do know that there's some conflict or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go to the negative things. I
already told it to, I think I told on the Mushroom podcast about it. And basically for me now, it's history. And what happened, I took a big loss on what was my dream, and one of my dreams.
So you lost money with the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, you put a lot of money in the park or in the shop?
Yeah, well, in everything actually.
Because I always thought that the shop was profitable.
The shop was, until we decided to make the skate park, which could have been a really good thing, but not with the people that I was working at the time. So that's my story.
Did you make any like? I know it happens a lot. I don't think it happens in skating. I didn't do any market study to open a little shop in South Africa.
I did.
That's what. But you did it for the shop or for the park too? Because what happens a lot is like we do it first, and then the whole project start growing, and then we don't do. At least I didn't.
No,
people don't do in between.
I had a clear vision of what I wanted, and I have always every project I do, I have a clear vision, or otherwise I will not do it. And with the shop, my vision was to have a shop, to build a skate park for the kids so that we could have an outlet during winter times, And then actually I was gonna put people in the shop and put people in the skate park because I wanted to make skates.
Okay.
So that was always...
You wanted to make... Okay.
Since I was 12 years old, I wanted to make skates.
So you used to draw skates in paper in school?
Yeah.
I had the same problem, but I had like lots of problems with that because in Portugal we have 12 years in school before going to university. Okay. It's divided in different sections. Yeah. I don't know how you call it, but like right before university you have 12. In the last year I'm still addicted to skating, and I think I'm even more and more and more. The more you know, the more you are. But I was so addicted to skating that I couldn't go to school. I was going to school, but I couldn't concentrate. Yeah. So basically all I did the last 3 years before going to university was like drawing different skates. Yeah. I would, in my notebook...
But I was encouraged to do this by my mom, actually.
I would never... For me, it was a little bit different because I needed to study, man. If you want to do the national exams to go to university, you need to go through, like... You need to know stuff, basically, that's it. Yeah. And I always had a magazine in between my books. So my mom would come and like, what? I'm just... But I was like, that's why like I never lost 1 year until the last year before university. But right before university, I lost 2 just because of this. And I was drawing skates the whole time. But apparently you used to do the same, but you were encouraged by your mom?
Yeah, and I was 3 years longer in school than normal because of this. She thought it was better for me to focus on skating than school.
No way.
Yeah. So she said the first year...
High five for that.
For my mom.
Yes. Yeah, high five to your mom too.
Most of the time, if it was good weather, she said to me, like, you don't have to go to school because it's good weather. You can go skating. And she would always... buy me the latest setups, and
that's crazy.
Just to make sure that I have all the knowledge.
So the thing is, I saw you skating the other day. You're pretty good, and now I know why. Because you skip school a lot. Kids, don't go to school. Go skate every time there's sun outside. No, I'm kidding. So then, when you left Holland, you were already together, right?
No, I left Belgium.
Sorry.
Yeah. And actually, there was the time that I left, it was kind of like a leap of faith, basically. I called Olga, or I Skyped you or whatever, MSN was it, and I told you I had a dream about making a skate, and I had the name. So I woke up with the name. Yeah. I had the name Adapt, and that was it. So I went downstairs and I looked at the park and said, this is done for me. I don't want this anymore. The people who are in it now didn't feel right for me. So I basically told you,
but were you guys having problems while you were there already?
No. We were still building it up, and
because I always had the idea that the thing was always building in new stuff, getting in. And
you were already.
I was mentally it was not good for me. Yeah. Like it already took a lot of me.
Yeah, and being with her like a way. Also, you also wanted to be closer to her. So like your head was not.
No, it was fully in there. Like it was fully committed. Only the people that I worked with, it was on a different level.
Okay,
and they didn't see the big picture. They only saw a clubhouse, and that ended after a year because you cannot run a skate park like a clubhouse. So basically, they only thought about it as, let's have some fun with friends, but to keep that running costs a lot of money.
Of course.
And in the end, it was me and my sister who invested all the money to get the building, to get everything. And then we co-founded it to get the materials for the park and everything.
So
and
did they do the building, or you did the building, or
together?
Okay.
Yeah.
But you mostly. You also lived above the
I
skate
lived there.
park.
Yeah. So
it was the whole building.
Yeah. But we were like 3 people.
So your house must have been a mess, huh?
Yeah.
I know what that is. Like, when I never had a park, but I know what the mess is.
No, that's for me is like, I'm always really professional about things. So I like, before when we were building it, I wouldn't allow people inside because I wanted to have like a clear vision.
And it makes more sense because when people see it, then everyone's like excited. Oh, I want to see it.
But that was a really big problem. Like people were harassing me before.
Started hating it?
Yeah. So in the end, I was already done. When it was kind of finished, I was done.
And then they loved it.
What?
And then when the result when they saw it first, they could skate it, they loved it, right?
Yeah, there were some things I wanted to have different.
Yeah, but what I mean is like a lot of times you create that suspense, if you can say. And then people want to like, they hate it, but then when they see it, they forget about everything and they just enjoy it way too much. I think that's a good thing, you know? Like that happened with some brands, like, I don't know, they don't let people see the skates or whatever. One question. So nowadays, and you told me the other day, one of your biggest markets is like free skating. And it's like people that really want the best skate out there. Like it's more expensive, but some people, like you told me, they go for the most expensive. They don't even care what it is. But some other people go for the highest quality materials, and that's what you try to specify. But my question is not there yet. My question is, when you had the shop, from what I know it was a few years ago, but Forward Freestyle was mainly aggressive skating.
No, and basically I did free skates.
You did a lot of free skates. I know that you did. I know that you did.
But it was only in the store, not on the website.
Okay, because I know that you were a speed skater before, and that's one of the things I was going to ask. But then when you opened the shop online, it was only aggressive skating. But you've been into the big wheel thing. When I mean big wheel, is like 80, like
yeah.
For how long did you speed skate?
It was always kind of besides aggressive.
Yeah, it was like
when I started out, it was 84.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, it's like me. Let me ask you something. Did you ever race in Ostend?
Yeah.
Were you ever?
There's like there was a velodrome and some other
Were you ever part of the Belgian team or something like that?
No, not really. I was always on my own, kind of. I really liked everything.
The first ever. I used to be like, I wouldn't say professional, whatever, but I was part of the Portuguese team. So when I was 14, it was my first time representing Portugal as the speed skater. And my first race as the Portuguese team was in Ostend in Belgium.
Okay, funny. Yeah.
Cool. So it's always like, and then yesterday there was that guy that we met, the guy that we met at the roller derby shop.
Yeah.
That guy that came from Belgium.
Yeah.
His kids, he has 2 kids, and his 2 kids have been skating around that track.
Okay.
So it's cool. Quite funny. Like yesterday, come in the conversation. We were talking, Vibod and me were talking about how small the skating world is. And he was saying like, somehow there's a saying that, let me just turn this, sorry about sound. We were just talking about how the whole world is like 5 handshakes away, right?
Yeah. Like from the president of the United States to whatever, you always know someone who knows someone, and it's never more than 5 steps away. Yeah. But in the skating world, it's like 2.
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
You know everybody.
Or you at least you have seen them or met them. Yeah. Like I met you a long time ago.
Where?
I think one of the times was at the IMYTA. You were at the ball actually, and you were
which ball?
The ball where we were.
Yes, I was there.
there. You were there.
A few beers.
We talked.
I used to drink there.
Yeah, that's true. But we were talking, so probably you don't remember anything.
I'm the worst. No, I wasn't that. No, I was bad. I have to admit, I was bad. I don't drink nowadays. I haven't been drinking for like 9 months, but I keep saying the same, which is, I somehow think when I used to skate for USD, I drink too much. I was never an alcoholic or anything like that, but that somehow killed my body, man. Because like, if you're drinking and if you're not, you won't recover the same way. You want to like, if you fall, you'll take a lot longer to recover. That's what I'm trying to say. And we were talking about it the other day. Like my way of skating used to be like, go big or go home. Yeah. And I used to say this about Benny Hermanos. He used to think, Benny Hermanos used to be like, go big or go home. And a lot of times you went home. Yeah. But the truth is, I used to go home a lot. Yeah. And then I was going home and I would stay longer at home because of the drinking. Not drinking. Like, I never drink anything other than beer. I wasn't like, I don't know, I call it white drinker or whatever. Mm-hmm. I used to drink mostly beer, but if you have like 3-4 beers every day, and if you're skating and all that, like in the end,
it's not good.
So, you learned. So, 2 handshakes away from everyone.
Well, maybe 3, but it's everybody in the skate world seems to be connected, and it's even now that I roller skate, it's the same. You know, everybody on wheels seems to be.
And even that's interesting. Even outside, like for example, speed skating, quad skating. Yeah. Whatever. When I was with Leon in Canada, I helped him out in his store, like shop task. And there was this girl came in with her speed skates, and she had like Bond speed skates, and there were parts that we made at the factory here in Holland, which kind of gave a connection immediately. She said, "Oh, I know your boss, and I know this, and I know this." Man. So, and I was in Canada, and you came across people that know you. For
2 days ago, we were talking. We only knew each other from aggressive skating, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, I was with roller skates. You made the roller skates that we bought as, and the ones that, like the boots from, the ones from Maria, but also the skates that you have from 6 years ago. But other than that, we start talking, and we end up realizing the two of us were speed skaters, and it's like the whole thing is just way too small. Yeah. So getting back to the main question. So you were into big wheels back then, right?
Yeah, and it got me back in. I got back into it because of injuries. Because of
whoopsie.
at one of the Winter Clash events, I broke my knee, and then from then on it started to go really bad. Every year I had a big injury, mostly my knees, and then the third year I had a motorcycle accident, which like shattered the knee, and then my foot was in half and everything, and I was in a wheelchair for like almost a year.
No way.
And after that I started skating again, but rollerblade gave me some twisters because I had the store, and that's what got me into it again actually. So, but it's been a while now. It's been like 9 or 10 years.
What do you think of the twister boot?
Very flexible and too soft for me.
Yeah, so you like adapt skates are actually.
Depends. Mine are like a brick.
Yeah, you told me that you can control the stiffness and all that. Yeah. But in general, from what I've tested, I know that you can play with different things, and we'll go a little bit more tech later. Yeah. But in general, the adapt skates, they're like a little bit.
They are more.
Yes, they're a little bit stiffer. Yeah, especially because you do also a lot of speed skates, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so. For you, like when you hear about a plastic construction skate,
it's not for me. Yeah, like I for me it feels like I'm throwing away energy. That's how it feels.
Okay, and that's why you started with a new system, like the 4 screws that you feel like pushes.
It needs to be more solid. But that's what you said as well. Like the bigger you go with the wheels, the more torsion, everything. So I try to stay away from going too big.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. So now with the more stability, are you going bigger than that? Bigger than 90?
No, because I kind of calculate on my foot size and also on the size of my length.
That makes completely sense, and I'm happy that you said that, because I love 125s, but I would never, and I have like a little shop. It's nothing compared to the shop that you had or anything like that. But the truth is, I would never tell like a small, tiny kid, or even like a small girl or woman, whatever, to go 125. Yeah. Like I really think it needs to go in proportion. So what do you say? It makes sense. Maybe I like bigger wheels than you do. Mm-hmm. I have my own reasons, but the truth, the question now is, you started your skates with those 4 screw system that you have. Yeah. People can put any frames on it. Is that it?
Yeah, they can basically go with the 165. Which is the normal mounting for
SSM, something like that.
Yeah. And then they have the 195, which is the mounting for speed skating, which is like a standard.
I know.
And then you add 1 block on the back, which makes it UFS. Okay. But a good UFS, it's designed also for it. I wouldn't recommend putting plastic frames on it, because that's gonna make the idea like look shit. And there is also, it has a different mount, but the frame is not ready yet.
One question: do you have anything that will allow people to put the Trinity frames from Powerslide on your skate?
No, and there was also there is a reason. Why? Well, basically, I talked to some shops, and I don't see for me, I don't see the advantage in the 3-point system when you could have a 4-point system.
Yeah, I think from what I know, it's mainly because so your heel, the only point of contact of your heel is, from what I know, it's smaller than the front of your foot. So it's called the plant of your foot, right? The front part? No, the plant is the whole thing. Oh, I mean, like the front part of your foot, it's wider. So they try to take advantage out of it. I understand what you say. Yeah. So
For me, it was more of what you said before about the name, inline skating, rollerblading. You're dividing it, so it's again more pieces, and it's that's the same with different mountings.
Yeah, but that's the same what you did now with the 4 points, right?
No, because it's everything.
Yeah.
Only not the.
Yeah, but that's why I was asking,
Trinity.
like, what would you need to do on your skates if someone wants to make like a custom? If they ask you, you can make it, right? If someone wants to get like a, imagine someone wants to make an adapt, wants to buy an adapt skate from you, but they want to put a Trinity frame.
Probably, I would just need to drill it a bit on the side because the mounting in the front is not aligned. Yeah. So it would probably just fit.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I don't think it would be that big of a difference.
No, not really.
Like probably could even put it. I don't know if you've tried it, but like you said that in the front it's 2 screws, right? But you need to put a different, like a little plate, right? Or it's right on the boot?
No, it's right on the boot. So you don't need to put anything. It's inside of the shell.
Yeah, that's good, less adapters.
Yeah. So, and on the back, it's the same. It's yeah, the idea was I am creating a frame that is using only the outside bolts, only because of production, and we're only 2 people. We didn't have it ready in time.
Yeah, which is normal.
And we needed to, the summer was at our doorstep, so we needed to decide, are we going to wait or are we just going to release it like this? Yeah. So we released it because we had new frames, 80s, 84, 90s.
Is that the bigger? Are you going to 100?
Not
seems
for,
to be a
not
trend
for the
now.
moment. I know, but I don't like to follow trends. I like to make trends. So.
Okay. That's a good answer.
So yeah, basically the frame is not ready yet. With the outer, so we only would use the outside bolts. Basically, every wheel can go all the way up to the boot then, including the back wheels.
So are any of the skates rockable?
At this point, no.
Okay,
and that's also because I think with frame options, I think we preferred the idea with the Hyperskate now, with the new one, with the new mount, was to create a boot that you could use in so many ways that we don't have to focus on making a frame that suits everybody, because there is none. Everybody has a different...
Man, even like that, I'm not even going that way. I'm going to tell you. If you ask me my favorite skate, I can't give you that answer, because if I'm going for distance, I'll use one frame. If I'll go downhill, I'll use another frame. If I'll go for a park, I'll use another one. So
that's it.
There's not the perfect frame.
No, there is.
No one will ever
no.
find a perfect frame. No. That's why I think it's good to have like different mountings. But at the same time, I had this conversation with Andy the other day, and I really think that the UFS isn't the best for shops.
No, it isn't.
As a shop, like you know it. Yeah. If I have a shop, if you don't have a simple skate, people go there for the first time, they don't know what to get. Or then you have the kid that goes there, and then you want the frame, there's like 3 different sizes, and then the 10 million colors, and then in the end, he's never happy with that. No. And then he's going to end up leaving the shop, not happy, and he's going to next
the
shop.
only way it looks good, UFS, is on an aggressive. And if you would use a UFS on a free skate, on a speed skate, it would look like... You cannot put like a flat-based boot and make it look like good with a slim frame.
Yeah, so you really like the aesthetics of a skate.
Yeah, it needs to look good. If people see you rolling and they don't say like, "Whoa, that's a good-looking skate."
I like that. Is it the GTO? The GTO.
The GTO.
I love the look of that, like all black and kind of like.
It's my secret pro skate.
No, it's like Batman pro skate. Yeah. You need to use skater with a mask.
The idea with the GTO was that it would be what I skate.
But then people liked it and they asked you about it.
Yeah, we were gonna sell it anyway, but it's the way I skate it. So it's all black. It has like some features that use in automotive industry.
Yes, I was saying that you like.
But
cars.
now I'm not
is
skating
that why it's
it. It is. Yeah, but now I'm not skating it anymore because I moved on to something different.
The ones that I saw the other day.
No.
Oh, is there anything different?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that?
Yeah, it's gonna maybe take. I've been working on it for 3 years. I don't know.
You're cool to talk about it, or do you want to talk about it?
I cannot talk about it.
Tease it. Just tease it.
Okay, the tease is everything you know about a skate. It's
not
2 or 3 times ahead.
Ooh. He's fast forwarding it.
Unfortunately, also price-wise. But I don't care. It's what I want. And as long as there's somebody like me in the world, he will like it.
Yeah, there's always skate geeks, skate freaks, whatever you want to call it. I think I read your interview for Wilson, where you said like you're appealing to a different, like to a niche market. Yeah. That makes sense. Like we need all that stuff. Like there's bicycle brands. I remember that bicycle brand Kona, when they first came out, they only had like bikes over like 5,000 euros. I don't know now, but at first they only had those bikes, and that's it. If you want it, that's it. If you don't, you don't. That's not a skate for beginners, or if it's for beginners, it's for Dubai beginners, like you said the other day. So.
True. I think with Adapt, the goal is actually not to make a lot of sales, but to make good sales.
Yeah, you told me the other day that you're actually going a little bit too big from what you want.
Yeah, we're actually trying to find a way to go back to...
Big skate's more expensive.
Yes, that's one of the things probably, but not an aggressive. We want people to have, like, I think the skates we have now are okay priced, like they're expensive in our market, but we shouldn't go too much more with aggressive.
But for the amount of time that you spend and all that.
That's a problem with aggressive skate. For me, it basically, like, I touched the roof of designing an aggressive skate very quickly because of people don't want to spend too much because it's built for destruction. And with an free skate, hyper skate, it's basically there is no roof. Yeah. Because it's like a fixed gear, and people will love it and they will take care of it. So basically, you can make whatever you want, make it as high end as you want. That's a good idea.
An aggressive skate is made for destruction, and that makes sense. Yeah. And then the other one is something that you'll care about and you'll use it for a different purpose. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So we actually have customers who have like a holder on the wall, and they put their hyper skate in there.
That's really cool.
So that's
like a hard piece. I have two questions for you more. Like I'm probably going to forget about the second. And just for everyone listening to this, I'm not writing anything and I'm not drinking either. So
coffee.
First question. I told you the other day too, the first inline skating boots that I had was a speed skate, was a Bond boot. I know that you now work with them. But
used to work with.
Yeah, okay. So I saw a few days before leaving to Europe, where I am right now, I saw that my old Bond boots and the old Pantere, which is a Spanish brand, they had like a shorter mount. Was it first 165 on speed skates?
Yeah, it was 165 because they had the frame with 5 wheels. And basically it was 165 or it was 175, and that's because they're... the main background is ice skating and not speed skating.
And in ice skating,
it's depending on the size of your foot.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, and that's why the 5 wheel frames.
It's also in speed skating like that. I know kids will use a 165 because otherwise they would put a plate just.
Yeah. But even now they go with some, like they can do size 32, size 33, European size, and within 195.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And then the second question. Yes, I still remember. The second question. Is anyone using your skates for slalom or anything like that?
Yeah, but I think...
They're super stiff. They should be good for that.
They're really good. Only with some niche branches, you have... people have an idea. And it's hard to show them why this skate would also work perfectly for it. So a lot of people have a lot of questions.
And then I'm going to have a third question. Yes. Okay, go for it.
But yeah, to be honest, like it works as good as any other slalom skate. Basically, it's even lower than most of the slalom mounting skates. So yeah.
With the 4 mount, you would say is it better for slalom with the new 4
it's more rigid than the other skates.
Okay, they want it really rigid. That's something that kills my feet.
I think most people are mostly concerned. Like they say, like, we need a slider plate, we need this because it's like the leather is going to wear down.
And the power strap.
You can try to wear down that Nubuck leather we have because it's not working. Like the skates you saw from me are 2 years old. And like I do grinds on them. Actually, on my first GTOs, I did grinds on the leather, and I didn't get through it at all for an entire year.
No way.
Yeah. So it's developed in Holland, this leather, and it's basically they use it for saddles of horses on the inside because there's a lot of friction, and it's like you cannot get through.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and you can even scuff off the wax and whatever.
Ah, damn it! Don't tell me that I forgot the question now.
The third question.
where were we? Like first, let me think of it.
What was the question before? Something with the mounting, and I said something.
You said it was lower and better for slalom.
Slalom. It was something with slalom,
but it was, I don't know where I go. Sorry, I'm lost. Anyway, so that's the technical part. I'll get back into it, but that was the technical part of it. Mm-hmm. But, oops, that's my phone telling me that I need to do stuff. Sorry.
Should we just play an advertise now? Like?
Yeah, you can do the advertise. Can we do that? Just do that. No, so the thing is, on my phone, that's how it works. So I'm super unorganized, but I need to organize myself through my unorganization, if that makes sense. So what I do is I set alarms on my phone with timing for stuff. Like if you go on my phone, at 8 a.m. you always say like, reply to emails, reply to Facebook messages, because I do social media management for.
Otherwise, it's in your head, and it's always
but it's like I do at least 6 brands. I do social media management, so I always the first thing that I do in the morning is reply my emails and reply, which is of course you remember about it. Then at 9, I need to plan the next post, and then at 10 it says record YouTube video, whatever it is, and then from 12 to 1 I try to organize the editing and put everything, and then after it always goes like that, and that's the alarms. Now it's the 12 alarm. It's 12, so that means that we have like half an hour left or something like that, and then I need
make it count.
Yeah, I need to pack my bags, and I need to go to the airport, otherwise I'll lose my plane. My plane is at 3, and I need to be at the airport around 1. So and I still need to organize my shit, and I have this bag here. How many skates did I have in there? 7. 7 pairs of skates, and
always want to.
Oh my god! I hope I can go through. But going back to the question, so you're like the really technical part of it, but she skates too. Yeah. So, what's your main role with Adapt, Olga?
The boss lady.
No, usually women are a lot more organized, and I would be like the accounting. My idea is like she's like the one doing the accounting and all that stuff.
She's taking care the brand doesn't go under.
That's true. He's like he flies off with his imagination, and I'm like the rational person.
Power Slide is owned by 2 persons. There's Marcus and there's Matthias. Everyone only knows Matthias because Matthias is you. Yeah. Matthias is the one that he loves skating as much as I do, as much as you do. It's like he's just crazy into skating, and that's the only reason why that brand is alive for that long. Then the other guy is you. Also knows about skating a lot, but at the same time he needs to be the one like, hey, calm down. It's like this guy is good, that guy is good, that guy is good, but you can't give the skate to the 3 of them. So choose one.
That's Olga.
That's what it needs to happen.
Yeah.
So
I'm basically the one that thinks about all the stuff like from a rational point of view. So
what do you think of a skate that costs 3 times more than the others?
Tell them what you said to me. It will never sell.
Yeah, that's what I said about the GTO, and he proved me wrong. But that's also
how did he prove you wrong? How many skates did? In general, like you don't need to go numbers.
Yeah, we don't really talk about numbers.
Okay, you don't need to say no.
It's just I said they were never gonna sell, and we sold
like numbers. Like when I mean numbers, like none, if you were expecting 10 without.
She was expecting 0.
I was expecting 0. So
and how
as
many
soon
did
as
he
we
sold from the 0?
1, then of course we sold. He proved me wrong because we sold more than 1. So.
Okay, but like imagine if you would expect 10. Did you went to 100? Like 10 times more than you were expecting?
More.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's really cool.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing as well, because we don't live off of that. So even if he wants to do some crazy project that's going to cost a lot of money, it's still safe.
Yeah, the thing
we both have a full-time job next to that.
What's your full-time job?
Speed skate.
Okay,
for a different company.
Okay. And your full-time job?
I'm a chef.
Whoa! What? Wait.
Of bossing around.
I'm sorry, we're done here. We're gonna need to do this again and again. What's your best dish? What's your favorite dish that you can do?
Oh,
Sandwich?
probably.
Is it like an adapted sandwich or something?
I don't know. Oh, that's a hard question. Probably. Well, I'm focusing a lot on desserts right now. I'm a sous chef actually.
Oh my god! So let me tell you, I had a unicorn cheesecake yesterday. Yes, that was so good.
It was a bit sweet, but
There's not a bit sweet. That was perfect.
No, I like doing desserts because it's a little bit more scientific.
Is it?
You have to be precise about the stuff, and there's like a whole science behind getting like egg white to froth up to like this mass.
Yeah, one question. So imagine like with everything. Now we're going to kitchen. So the thing is, everything goes like through grams. You know, like when you like use like powder or whatever, you go like 1 gram, 100 grams, or 120, 140. How do you do it with eggs? Because eggs, you go like 1 egg or 2 eggs. So there's no in between.
There could be a big egg or a small egg.
Oh
Well,
my
what
god.
I usually use like packs of like the egg yolk and the egg white. You can just buy them.
Okay.
And then I just know an egg yolk is normally around 25 grams. So if I do that every time, I know how much I need to use.
So I'm learning about that now.
Yeah.
Now, so you're the head, like you're the stop, like he's the accelerator.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
Yeah.
And she's like the stop
brake.
here. So adapt team.
Mm-hmm.
What's your vision about? Not yours, but we'll get there. We'll get there. What's your vision about the video being done by Kevin?
It has negative points and positive
What's
points.
the negative points? Let's go with the bad first.
I prefer more HD than he films. He films with like a bit more old school camera. And well, I would like to do it more professional, but that's just not possible with the amount of money that we can spend on it. But the good thing is that
But you're like all in with the investment being done with him flying here and there.
I am in, but I do think about every
you need to be
every
concerned.
trip.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It has to be,
It is costing
somebody,
a lot of money.
if somebody goes somewhere, he needs to get clips. Otherwise,
of course. Otherwise, that doesn't make sense. Is there like a budget for the whole video? You have any? Do you guys thought about it? I have no idea. I know, like back in the day, for like the USD Cup to Tot video was amazing, or like all the like the Valo videos that they go here and there. There might be a budget. I don't know how it works, and that's why I'm asking. I never asked anyone if they had a budget for a video. I know that Razer
started out with a budget.
We started with a budget, but we went over it already, and it's not finished.
And what's the percentage of the video done right now? Do you have an idea? Like 50%, 60, 70, whatever.
I don't know.
No, actually.
It's gonna be.
Whoa, we don't know.
We have like 3 good clips, probably.
No, I don't feel like that. That should be her role, like not yours.
No, I heard there were some problems, for instance, with Russell. They filmed a lot of clips, but he also had his pro skate right now, and we needed an edit for his pro skate. So a lot of the clips went to that edit. So now I know he's kind of backtracked because of that.
Yeah, but he's coming to Europe again.
That's amazing. You guys helping, you supporting him.
Yeah, we're paying for all the
That's
trips.
really nice.
Yeah.
And Julian must be like amazing.
Yeah.
So
that was the one time I was right about the team rider.
Yeah, I'll get there like right now.
Yeah.
So who's having parts in the video?
It's the big one.
Levy or Levi? Or
Levi.
He's amazing. Is he having a full part?
Yeah,
Probably
10.
10.
Yes, I was going to say please, because it seems like super sick. The first time I heard of him, it was this Portuguese guy. His name is Rodrigo. I don't know if you heard of Rodrigo. He went to Summer Clash. He won Summer Clash, and Levy got second. But then the second year, I think Levy won the Winter Clash, and he got something like that. But they became like good friends, even with the distance, and they became like. They used to look at each other to learn more and more and more, even with the distance. And in the end, this kid Rodrigo is really amazing and is a really good friend of mine. And his brother Martin also won Summer Clash, is also a really good friend of mine. And that's how I heard about Levy. And since then, I've been following his skating. And even Wieboud, I was asking him about Levy the other day. And it's just like, the more I see, the more I like that kid. So that's why I'm saying I want to see more. So he has a part. Julian, you said that you're right about him being a team rider. That means
basically everybody said in the beginning, like, you're crazy to have Julian on the team, and I said I have a good feeling about it. And Olga said no, like we're not going to do it because we were a young brand. Because we're a young brand, we didn't want any hassle or a package with He didn't came.
Man, I love some of the skaters that you had, and I didn't want it to go there yet. But at the same time, I love Mike Lilly, and I don't understand why nothing ever happened with him. Because I really think that if something would happen, there was so much people loving what he does, and I love Mike Lilly.
Still love Mike Lilly.
Yeah, I do love Mike Lilly skating, and I speak with him quite often still. Because he was into fixed gear bikes too, and then now he's trying to get into big wheels too. Like in the end, like I love everything he does. He's completely different. He's not a Brosco. He's just on his own thing, and I love that. And I just don't understand why nothing ever came. But we'll get there in a second. Before sections, Julian,
Russell,
Levy, Russell.
Yeah, everybody will have a section. Sam will have a section as well. Rick,
where's
Rick has been traveling for 2 months in India, basically.
Is he getting clips there?
Not really.
Because he doesn't have the same type of camera too, so it would be hard.
But Rick is no worries. He said to me, it's only going to be enders.
Do you know him, Rick?
No.
You should watch his
so the thing is, I used to be the type of guy thinking like, it always needs to be just like this. And every single time that I try to film or shoot an interview or whatever like that, I hope that doesn't happen. But with me, always went wrong.
No, because I was like, Rick is calculated. He's like he's a calculation machine. Like
he's very smart in his skating. He knows exactly what he can do.
He has a list.
Even if it's like the biggest hammer, he knows he can jump that far, jump that high, so he'll do the.
There was this gap here in Amsterdam.
Oh my God, that's a robot.
Yeah,
it is.
There was this gap here in Amsterdam, and he said he wanted to do it. He didn't even skate before.
Nobody landed it. A lot of people tried it. Edwin, Tyron.
What gap is it? Is it the one that comes from over the stairs to gap over? I filmed Edwin trying that, like at the IMYTA.
There was one.
He tried that one. I was filming it and it didn't land it because he was using the TRS Broscos and didn't land it. But more people tried it.
Yeah, Tyron kind of landed it, but with his hands.
Yeah, Rick did first try 540.
Oh man, shame! He didn't even 720. What kind of robot was that?
That's for the other section, of course.
Oh, okay, that's what you're not telling me. Anyway, and then there's a guy from the UK. What's his name?
Dan Collins.
He is amazing. Yeah, I saw him doing under rail grinds with his shins. That was amazing.
Yeah, he's basically he's always productive when you need him to like film and.
Okay, anyone else?
No, that's basically.
Why are you not in Asia or anything like that? Because Asia seems like I know that.
I think you know what. You know why? We like to keep our team small because it's just us two people, and it's really taking a lot of time. We don't have a manager. Like Kevin is taking over a lot of stuff, which turns out to be really good. But it is so like when I come home.
So social media management, everything is you guys.
We do everything ourselves.
So you were the one that had the idea of if someone buys 6 GTOs or 6. No, let's stop for an advertisement. We're gonna stop now for an advertisement. You want to do the advertisement?
Fidget.
Okay, wait. 3, 2, 1. Advertisement.
Okay, you can do it.
Come on.
Then you can do it.
Wait, 3, 2, 1. You want to read it? Can you open the phone and then you read it?
You don't know it by heart?
You have any song? Let's put an advertisement song. Wait, let me get my phone.
You did see it.
No, but we need to make an advertisement song. Let's get it.
Was it on your... no.
We actually, I posted that one and we had an order of a GTO.
See? Let me get a music. Advertisement music. Wait, we're gonna find something here. Video. Okay, inspirational advertising music. Wait, give me a second. Are you ready?
No,
Come on. Don't switch this off now. We're getting there, and
Just say it.
no. It's gonna be even better now. Wait, because now check me there. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Advertisement break. Go.
Still, with every pair, we take our time to write. Oh, the text is gone.
Wait, we're going back into this. Wait, let's get back. Okay. Are you ready for this? No, wait. Olga is the head. Oh, wait.
This is
Wait.
This is the one.
We're getting.
Wait.
the one?
Oh.
Yeah, here it is.
Here.
Okay.
Wait.
Get a free pink fidget spinner for every 6 pair of GTOs you order.
Ta-da! And then you sell 1 pair of skates out of this.
Yeah.
How much 1 pair of GTO cost?
750 euros.
How much is that in dollars? 850?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
See, and if you buy 6, you can now buy a pink fidget spinner.
Yeah. Which is a good deal.
Okay, advertisement time is done. So you run the social media.
No, so
He makes all the crazy posts.
All the
I make
stupid
all the normal
Okay,
posts.
so it's the
posts.
2 of you.
Yeah.
Do you schedule posts and stuff like that, or do you on a daily basis?
we tried.
We used to do that, but that also takes
Do you have like a plan or anything like that, or you just go like, okay, so let me give you an
I
advice.
was one
Let me
day-
give you an advice, something basic. At least like, if you have every week, there's 2 days, different days. It can be spread that you do something related to the same, so people go to that type of thing on that type of thing. And at first it's not working, but after a while it starts.
Yeah. We had like the Hootsuite, it was called. Ben told us about it. Said you can program everything.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
basically.
imagine this. The thing that you did here, it's super funny. If every Saturday or every Sunday you do a funny one.
Yeah.
It's a
But
cool
basically,
thing.
that was funny because...
But that's our problem. We don't have time to do that. At some point, we're like,
Man,
in a
Kevin.
day, you have
Kevin
5
is-
minutes.
Kevin will help you.
has a lot of time.
He has a camera. He has a camera. You can do like different stuff.
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm getting you a job. Anyway, other than that, so let's go back to the thing. Tim, Mike Lilly didn't work out. Why?
I think it was basically, I really like him. I like him as a person. We had some Skype calls and we met him in person. And for
Did
me,
you come here or you went there?
No, we went there.
Kansas?
No, there was a
The
bitter cold.
the last
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was a connection. Like I think I like him so much. Like the skating, everything. It's like that section in the Rose's face. The music is like still one of my
Those
favorites.
gaps and it's like it's just
So-
landing like.
But the problem is, and that's the same with Andrew Nemirovsky, is they're artists. And basically you cannot control an artist, and you don't want to control an artist
Yeah,
because
I know
they're
what you mean.
brilliant.
And a lot of times you need deadlines, and they could never.
As a brand, it's never good. It's good to have an artist.
marketing wise, it's really
It's
hard.
horrible to work with them. Not horrible in a way as they're good persons, they're good people, but you would ask them something and it takes or really long, or you cannot count on them. And then there is the problem of we're not a really big company. So if you would say like, oh, we'll fly you over, then you're kind of in control of what you can do with them. But if you're asking for clips and you don't get anything.
And were they like really happy with the skates and everything?
Yeah, Mike everything was good.
Mike is
and,
good at
and-
everything, so
yeah,
it's-
and Andrew Nemirovsky, he wrote like a love poem, I think, about the skates. And there was actually some confusing things where he was spotted on some Majestics with the basement thing. But he talked to me later on because I was a bit offended. So I talked to him about it, like, hey,
Why?
that's not cool. Why did you do that? And he said it's not about the skate. The basic thing was he was going to New York to meet his girlfriend,
then
and he didn't have any skates.
Yeah, that makes sense. But like every now and then, sometimes people need to be a little bit more open-minded about it.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes people think things are like really offensive.
Yeah.
And it's,
But
in
then-
the end, it's
but
just
then
skating. Even if we're a brand or whatever,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, but
skating.
the thing is,
He
that
did-
the
nobody
clips,
said-
Yeah, the clips ended up on internet, and nobody knew he was off adapt.
Our
And we
side-
didn't even know he was skating other skates, but it was
Our
just
side
because
is we
those
get
clips
we
got
get
online.
10
They shouldn't
emails
have
the
put
first
online.
morning about people, or Facebook messages about people asking, "Hey, Nemo is on Majestic."
Do you imagine how many people were seen with shadow skates when the shadows were
Yeah,
not?
yeah, I
like
know.
there was one or two people
Heffy
skating
even
shadows.
skated them
Yeah,
for
and
a
a lot
while.
of people were skating wheelshots because
Sagona.
I wanted to try them. Like,
Yeah.
and the Majestic was like, there's like a big hype about the Majestic in America. So everyone, I can't imagine some people like who's been skating for like 15 years for a brand. Like imagine you skate 15 years with USD, and then you see all your friends that stop skating, or like Brian Harrigan skates like for so long, or Murdis for so long with Razors. You never saw any of them with any other brand. Yeah, always with Razors, both of them. After, like, even if they respect Andy a lot and respect the brand and all that stuff, like when their pro skating live is done, they see all the
that's
other.
true.
They want to try skates. Even like
Yeah.
I can never compare anything that I did with what these guys do. It's like not even 1%.
Yeah.
But the thing is, after skating for USD for like 7-8 years, whatever. So when I first stopped skating for USD, you know what I
try
did?
something else.
I trade skates that I had at home with someone else who had back then the Neems. I wanted to try. The first skates that I changed, the first model, the G something, the Razor G Brian Harrigan.
Yeah.
I wanted to try them, so I trade some old USD UFS white thrones with a guy for those ones. Both were in good condition, so I got some Razors. Then after a while, I ended up trading the Razors for some Neems when they first came out, and I just wanted to try skates because.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like I encourage like people. I never tell people you have to buy
But
this.
there's the bad thing about what I did, which is because I wasn't buying skates for a while. Instead of buying skates, and I had the money because I was working back then.
Yeah,
I started
you
working
didn't invest in the
I was
industry.
I would trade skates, but nowadays I think differently. Yeah, now I get skates, but
I think that's what I have as well. When pros are retired, they should. I don't like the trend where people that have money, they can spend money. They're complaining about the industry, but they're not making it better.
And that's what
they
I was going
don't
to say
buy.
right now.
They don't support companies that are willing to do a lot, and they buy from eBay or whatever. And basically, they buy old stuff that already generated money for a company that didn't do anything for skating mostly. And now there are some companies that are putting everything on the line to create something. And sometimes you just have to like think a bit bigger and not just think about, I want.
You know, it's frustrating me when people have all the money in the world to spend in weed, but they don't have money to spend in a pair of skates.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, that's what I was saying. Back then, I was never a weed smoker, so it's never like thing for me. Or like I would spend some money in beers, but that was not it. But the thing is, I was so not used to spend money in skates that somehow I ended up changing skates with it. But then after a while, I started buying skates, and I bought some Majestics, and I contacted you guys because I was asking, can I get like at least a cheaper price skate? Because back then I was working building skate parks.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't afford to buy like a boot for like.
I think what a lot of people in the beginning, there was a really difficult because all the pros were like, oh, we like it and we like your brand, can we have it for free or this? But they didn't see we had zero money and we had to build something up. We're not a bank. We don't have that money as well.
It's not a charity thing. It's just like you need to do, and I think you do
and
great.
To be honest, one thing that sticks with me is that Russell Day bought his first skates.
That's amazing.
Because
he was on ramps.
He wanted them, and that's what got got stuck with me in my head. Because that's for me, that proves more than just asking it and wanting it for free. Because you see what somebody is doing.
Yeah,
so basically, you're paying respect
so much. So if he wants something and if you like it, he's going to represent your brand nicely.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But there was who else was on the team that then ended up not working?
There's quite a few actually. In the beginning, we gave a lot of skates away. Like Randy Spicer had a pair, Louie Zamora had a pair. Yeah.
I never saw them with the skates.
Yeah.
There were some clips.
John Elliott, he still has them actually.
Really?
Yeah.
John Elliott is like still one of my favorite skaters. I never saw him skating.
We talked quite a lot because he really loved what we were doing.
Yeah, I love John. I still speak. I haven't spoken with him like in a few months now, but I did speak a lot with him because of the roller skate brand that he was doing.
Yeah. Lemonade.
Yeah, Lemonade.
There's a lot of people on the like Mika Jäger and
Mika Jäger got like
he skated them quite long, but that's the thing. Everybody has their own story. So Mika Jäger, he kind of quit skating because of hand injury.
Yeah, but he got back into. He started skateboarding more, didn't he? I saw.
That could be. Yeah, but he wanted to play more guitar, and so he got like too much damage in his hand, and so everybody has their own story basically. But for us, sometimes it's really difficult because we only see the internet side and not the people side.
His name? Man, I just don't remember. He was living in Kansas. He was in KCMO. Nick Labarre.
Oh yeah. That same story actually. We gave him a chance. At first, we didn't want to. Then we said because of Nemo, we gave him a chance. But he has now he disappeared. Basically, I asked Nemo what happened, and he had some private issues.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know, so I'm not going to talk about it. But it seems like, you know what? I think that guy is the main reason why skating is the way. Not in a bad way, like in the good way, like the way that. The way that the new school skating is going, like those small tricks and all that stuff, I think is one of the main influences in skating.
He is.
But then, I know that he somehow had some problems, which I don't know what it is, and I don't want to talk about it too, because I don't know him, so it's his own life, like you said. But it must be frustrating for you guys, because you give skates away expecting something to happen, and then if it doesn't,
well, in the end, he did.
It's like throwing money.
Yeah. For us, every skate we give away is like more of a calculation sometimes, like. And I think now the team, it's all people we kind of love and we like. That's with Julian. It's like I kind of feel like I don't know. I really like Julian. He became.
It's cool. I wish people would see the way that you're looking at Olga while you're saying that. Are you jealous?
No, he has proven to be. He has a vision of what rollerblading should be, and he's not afraid to. He could be like acting like the big ass pro or whatever, and he has two sides. He's Julian the entertainer, and
I saw him singing at.
He has those two sides, and that's Julian. And that's okay. But in the end, he's also really professional when you need stuff from him.
And he actually thinks more about skating and
he knows a lot about the industry. He's been with two big brands. He knows exactly.
I think he has like all his skates still. And he's like even fixing them up.
So he never sold any pair of skates?
I don't think so.
That's amazing. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm loving this. I would love to be here a lot longer. I'm just so scared. It's like right now it's 12:26. I still need to get to the airport, and I still see my bags just laying around, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I need to be at the airport like in half an hour. I don't even know. People!
He's not there. He's already to the airport.
Oh my god! Do you guys know how long it's from here to the airport?
Not that long, actually.
Just
but probably 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
So we might need to finish this. It's shorter, but
yeah.
But anyway, at least we had like an advertisement break.
That's what we came for. Job done.
No, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. So the thing is, I've been trying to do these skate talks with as much people as I can that has to do something with the industry, not just like with the pro skater or this or that, like someone that has something different.
Yeah.
So
I think the manufacturers have a very different story than pro skaters, but a very interesting story.
Yeah, it's cool for people to know about it. Like in the end, we're all skate geeks and skate freaks or whatever, and it's good to know. Yeah, we were making the question: how long does it take from here?
It's 20 minutes by car.
Oh, so we're closing this. So anyway, thank you so much.
Yeah,
because how long did you guys skated here? That's the first thing, huh?
What?
You guys skated here? Did you skate it here?
No, we have a car. We don't skate.
So she had a pair of skates in her hand.
Yeah.
What is it?
They're over there.
What is
They're the new hyper skates with the vegan one.
So
white.
Okay, so you want to tell us about this skate? That could be the picture of the thing. Let me take a picture now. So, sorry. This picture that I'm taking right now, let me put sound so you can listen to it.
Olga skates, always famous.
No, so these skates will be the picture of the thing for the... Does that make sense?
For the
yeah, the thumbnail.
Yeah, sure.
Just do this. Can you hear it? Yes!
Got it. Free advertising and a photo shoot.
No, the thing is, you guys skate here. You wanna say anything about those skates? What's different about those?
I think people.
Is there anything different? It's like the regular one.
No, it's a new model. So basically, everything is different. That's what we do. Every year, it's totally different. New structure of the shell, new hardware, better, lighter.
Yeah. This one is a bit more soft.
The
vegan one is
You can play with different harnesses in the.
In the shell basically because of different fibers. So this is full Olin fiber. I think we're the only ones that are using it.
Yeah, I think we might need to do a part 2 of these where we go super tech. Seriously, because I know that you can go super tech. Because the other day at the skate park, like 2 days ago, I met Peter and he was telling me that like all these different type of carbon, every little thing that you can do to improve the stiffness or the softness of the skate. So we might need to do a part 2. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this video and then expect people to tell me if they want a part 2 or not. And we're going to see if you...
No.
I'm pretty sure they want. So
delete this one.
let's see if they're still hearing it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, if they say that they want, it means that they're listening to the end. Okay. And they hear the advertisement break.
So that's when they tune out.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's the first. Yes. So it was the first time that we did something that wasn't on Skype, and thank you guys so much for that. Yep. And this should be up in like 2-3 days. I might be able to do it on the plane on the way back. So again, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the
opportunity. Bye. Cheers. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, you know what to do. Like there's this button on the left, right. On the right side, underneath this video, there's like a button that says subscribe. If that button is red, that means you're not subscribing to this channel. So you should click on it. If you already clicked on it, it's gray. But there's still like a bell on the side. If you click on this bell, you'll get notifications every time that I upload a video or one of these skate talks. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one and see you next time. Thank you for hearing this. Cheers.